Hello everybody, welcome to Totally Tabled. My name is Shaggy, and this is my full playthrough of Black Sonata. Black Sonata is a solo-only deduction and hidden movement game. This might be the only soloable hidden movement board game ever made. I certainly can't think of another one. In Black Sonata, players try to discover the identity of the elusive Dark Lady from Shakespeare's sonnets, a mystery that has beguiled scholars for more than 4 centuries. If you want to learn more about the history of the Dark Lady and Shakespeare's London, the game comes with an entire booklet full of information. I highly recommend giving it a read. Now I went ahead and I got everything set up for the game. I selected a Dark Lady card at random, and then I took its pair with the matching back and I placed it over here under the location cards. I put the rest of the Dark Lady cards over here in a pile, with the Dark Lady Clues card on top. I shuffled up the Fog cards, and then I placed my pawn at a random location on the map. I then carefully set up the stealth cards. This controls the secret movement of the Dark Lady, and so you have to make sure you don't make a mistake. Essentially, there are 8 letters on each card. You want to select one of those 8 positions, and then you want to put them in alphabetical order, going A all the way through Z. Once you do that, you take the deck and you cut it randomly at some place. That way you're not changing the order of the cards, you're just changing where the Dark Lady starts. In this case, because we have this tree symbol, that means that the Dark Lady is starting either at this location or at this location. So I place a token at each one of those to help us remember that. With that, we're basically ready to begin the game. On each turn, the first thing that you do is you have the Dark Lady move. So you take this top card and you put it at the bottom of the deck. Keep in mind that at the bottom of the deck is sort of the time card. You want to have that with the 2 pointing up, because we're basically going to have 3 turns through this deck before the game ends. We can now see that the Dark Lady has moved to a location that has this symbol, and there's only 3, here, here, and here. And each turn, the Dark Lady is only going to move 1 space. So that means the only place she could have gone is right here. Starting here and moving into here. So there we go. That was a pretty easy deduction. We now know where she is. We now get to choose one action. We can either move to an adjacent location, following these roads, or we can search for the Dark Lady in our current location. Another option we have is we could use a fog card action if a fog card was on top of this stealth deck. And the other thing we could do is just do nothing and pass. For now, I just want to move from here over into St. Paul's. Now, anytime you enter into a new place for the first time, you take the location card of that place and you just place it out here. Once we've visited every location on the map, we will uncover this card and we'll be able to look at the clues that are contained on it. These clues are going to help us determine what 3 attributes the Dark Lady has. Once we've determined those attributes through deduction, we can then identify her and confront her. We then go on by just flipping over the next card. Oh, and look at that. So there's only 2 different places she could have gone. She could have gone back from where she came, or she could come here to St. Paul's. I'm going to assume that she walked over where we are. That means instead of moving, I am actually going to search for the Dark Lady. In order to do that, you take a fog card, you place it on top, and then you want to take the card out. You don't want to be able to see what card is underneath there. That's the whole point of the fog card. You then place this on top, flip it over, and in the little magnifying glass, if you can see a picture of the Dark Lady, then that means you have found her. She is in your location. Keep in mind, if you were to do this and there were no fog cards left, then you would lose the game. Because we succeeded, we now get to take one of the clue cards here. So we're just going to slide it out from under this top card. again, so we can't see what other cards are coming. And we flip it over. We've now learned that it's not Anne Whately, but we can look here at the matching symbol, and we can see that the Dark Lady matches either 0 or 2 of her 3 attributes. And this is where the deduction comes in. So, of these 3, it's either going to be 0 or 2 of them. That's going to be very useful. Now, if we had done this and we didn't see the Dark Lady silhouette, nothing would happen. We just wouldn't get this card. Okay, we can now remove this from the game. It has been replaced with this fog card. So the next time we go through the deck, if we come to this fog card, you can't do a search when there's a fog card on top. And now the last thing we do is we have the Dark Lady flee. She's going to flee a number of steps equal to how many clue cards we have. So right now we have 1 clue card, so she's going to advance 1. And we just move the fog card down to the bottom. We now know that she has gone over here. And that's it. That is the end of that turn. We then go right back to another turn where she moves. So in a way, she's kind of moving twice. And again, she could either come back here or go up this way. I think we're going to kind of assume that she didn't double back. So I think we're going to move here. Get that card. And again, these turns move really fast. All right, she could have possibly gone here or here. Let's maybe try to cut her off over here. Oh, and now a tree. Oh, interesting. We're playing on a difficulty level where she can't just stay in the same spot. There are some difficulty levels where she could just remain in one spot, which makes the deduction harder. For us, she has to move, which means there's really only one place. She must have gone back and gone that way. So we can remove that one off the board. She's definitely right there. Well, I think we'll just do nothing then. We'll just wait and see if she comes to us. Ooh, and it looks like she probably has. Again, she could have double backed. We know that's possible, but I say let's search. So we take another fog card. We swap those out. We didn't see what was underneath it. Oh my god. Pretend like we didn't see what was underneath it. We place this on top and flip it over. Oh no. So I guess that means she did double back. Wow. Nothing happens. We just get rid of this card. We don't get a clue. And she's going to flee equal to the number of clue cards. That's just 1. House means she's gone this way. It's the only place she could have gone. And now it's back to her movement, so she's going to move again. And she could only move here. So we are far away now. So I say let's just move up here. We'll just start knocking some of these places out. Okay, only one place. We're going to move to cut her off here. Okay, moving back. Let's go there. Okay, then back. I'm just going to stay put. Let's see if she moves to us. There we go. Now, once again, she could have gone either here or here, but we're going to take the risk. So we're in Eastcheap. And there we go. We found her. So we're going to get another clue. Okay, wow. Once again, we're getting an either 0 or 2. And this time, it's these two and this one. Oh, I just noticed that I forgot to put this on. Pretend that I had put that on. Boy, okay, so what have we learned with this? This is a little complicated. I guess that we've learned that they can't both be 0 and they can't both be 2. So that means one of these is 2 and one of these is 0. Well, I guess they could both be 2, couldn't they? They could both be 2, in which case this would have to be one of them. But they can't both be 0. That also means that both of these can't be right. Either one or none of these two are right. I think once we get one more piece of information, we will have maybe enough to start narrowing some of this down. She's gonna flee, and in this case, she's fleeing 2 spaces. So the way you do that is you want that to be in a block so that you don't see what the other card is. So right now we're moving 2 cards to the bottom. We now know she's gone 2 spaces away, and she's gone to a mug space. So that means she either went 1, 2 to this mug space, or I suppose she could have gone 1, 2 and gone back to this mug space. And then she's going to move. So that means she either went here or here. Well, you know, we haven't been through here, so let's maybe try to follow her around through here and just knock off some of these locations. Okay, house. Oh, well, that puts an end to this, because there's no way she could have gone to a house, so she's not going this way. That means she either went here or she went here. Okay, that's fine. Let's just keep going this way, and we'll knock out these locations, and we'll just maybe meet up with her. We definitely want to uncover that card. Brewery. Oh my goodness. There's only one place she could have gone is right here. Gosh. Well, fine. Let's go back. Maybe she'll come down here. Nope. House. She's going up here. Gah. No, I don't want to just chase her like that. Well, I suppose we could go up and then come back. Okay, let's go up there. This is fine. All right, she definitely went there. So we'll follow her there. House, okay. Either went here or here. Let's follow her there and hope that that's right. Oh, that's not good. Yep, she went up here. Well, let's just stay here. Maybe she'll come this way. And house. All right, so once again, though, she could have gone back here. But let's say she came here. We're going to search for her. We'll put the fog card this time and remember. We're in Cripplegate. And there she is. We found her again. Okay, let's see what clue we get this time. Elizabeth Vernon. And we know there's exactly one of these. Oh, and does this even help us? I don't think this helps us. Yeah, if this clue helps us, then I'm not seeing it. So maybe it'll help us in the future, but I don't think it helps us determine anything at this point. So now she's going to run away 3 spaces. So we just take these 3. We don't want to look at the bottom cards. 1, 2, 3. We put those at the bottom as a chunk. And boom. We have hit the time card. So when this happens, we flip it over from 2 to 1. Put it at the bottom. And there we go. We have gone through the deck. Now, we know she moved 3 spaces. So 1, 2, 3 definitely could be here. And 1, 2, 3 definitely could be here. We're sort of back to square one. I'm actually going to move up here so that we can get that location. We have 2 more locations. Here and here, and then we can look at that card, and that's going to give us, I think, all the information we need. That gives us a lot of information too. That means she's come down here for sure. We're going to follow. Oh, and then the fog location. That means she probably went right there. But we can't search for her there. So we're going to come down here. We're going to get this. And now that this has been uncovered, we can now take a look at it. Okay, I think it's time to do a little deduction here. Having the heart be one of the attributes would work. Because if the heart is a yes, then that means that this would be a no, and this would be a no. And then she would tell us that this is a no, and that's a no. So these 3 could absolutely work, right? 2 here, 2 here. So that's a strong possibility. But what if this is the one that's correct? That would mean the heart is a no, and this inkwell is a no. That would mean one of these would have to be a yes on her. Right? If it's the crown, then that means this is a no. But that's not possible because she would have to have these 2, and then she would have to have these 2, and so we would have 4. So that doesn't work. But what if instead it was this and not the crown? Then this would be a no, and we're back to it working again. So I think we have at least 2 possible answers here. Now, in both of those answers, the musical note was a definite yes. Now, what if we go a completely different way, and we say, maybe it's the inkwell here. So these 2 would be a no, which means she would be a 0. Once again, we'd have to pick one of these to be a yes. So we know that this would be a no. It would have to be this one. So then that means this would be a no, and it would be those 3. And that's also a possible work. We have multiple different solutions here. So yeah, we're just not there yet. Well, she's going to move. Looks like here. So let's go cut her off. Could be here or here. Let's just come around. All right, could be here or here. We're getting further away. This is not good. Okay, tree. That helps us. She's there. Oh, now we get to move. Let's go in the middle. Fog card, we don't know. Could be here. Could be here. Let's go. Oh, should we stay here? Let's go here. We have double chance. We could use the fog card, though. That's the other thing that we could do now. We have a fog card showing. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and do that just to show it off. So when you want to use a fog power, then what you do is you take another fog card and replace it with this fog card. Once again, you don't want to see what's underneath. And then you flip it, and you get to do this. Bear thine eyes straight, though thy proud heart go wide. Reveal a new clue card. Hey, now we're talking. This is exactly what we needed. Okay, let's run through this. If it's the crown, I don't think that works, because it means this would be a no, this would be a no. And then here, this would be a no, and the heart would be a no. But we can't have that, because then that would also have to be a no. So the crown doesn't work. Now, if this was a yes, then the crown would be a no, and the baby shaker would be a no. And then over here, heart would be a no, and this would be a no. So that actually works, doesn't it? That works. Then I think the shaker also works, because the shaker would be a yes, and this would be a no. Oh no, that wouldn't work. Oh no, then the heart would be a yes. And this would be a no. And then that works. I think we're down to those two possibilities. Unless I'm missing something, which is entirely possible, I think we're down to these two possibilities. These are definitely out. It's either this or this. All right, well, we just have to continue on. That was a great fog card. Okay, house. Well, can come down here to this house, and that's it, right? I think so. So we know where they are. Let's go this way. Yep. We'll move here. This could be our chance. And there we go. Yeah, let's search. London Bridge. Now we have the option. We have a 50-50 chance. So if we wanted to, we could, rather than just searching, we could confront. Then we're putting the game on the line. We're saying we're going to pick 3 of these attributes. We're going to say that's who it is down here, and we'll either be right or wrong. We'll either win or lose. I think since we don't know, we just have to search. And let's get a definitive answer. We did find her, though. So we are going to get another clue. And there we go. Oh, wait a minute. This and this. Have I been wrong this whole time? Is it that? No, it can't be that. Because of this. But there's 2 of these. So that means that this has to be one of them. Oh my goodness, I've been wrong this whole time. So it can't be that and that, because there's only one of them here. So it has to be this and this, so that has to be a no. Which means that's a no. Which means it's that. Well, there we go. We have solved the case. We now know the attributes of the Dark Lady. So now all we have to do is find her one more time and then confront her. Now the problem is she is going to run away 6 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We didn't want to see any of those cards. That's a convenient one because there's only one spot. Oh, there's 2 spots. Could she get back here in 6 moves? I think we really don't know which of those 2 she's at. She's gonna go to the next one is a house. Does that help us? Yes. Can't be here. So from here, she could go here or here. Let's move there. Oh, I think we did it. That's there. Yep, I think this is it. We're going to confront. We're at East Cheap. Well, we don't have to cover it now, but actually I think we do. So we'll cover. We are confronting. She is here. So now we check to see if we were correct. And look at that. It was Jacqueline Fields all along. And there you go. That is a win. So now we get to add up our points. The first thing we need to do is count the number of cards on top of the countdown card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we had 8 cards on top of the countdown card. So we're going to get 8 points for that. We then multiply the number that's shown on the countdown card by the number of total stealth cards in the sequence. And that's usually going to be 26 for the 26 letters in the alphabet. So for us, that's 1 times 26, 26 points, plus our, did I say 8? So we're at 34 points at this point. We then get 2 points for every card that's left in the fog deck. There's 3. So that's 6 more points. So that's going to give us a total of 40. And then you lose points based on your difficulty level. We're playing normal mode, so we don't gain or lose any points. That means we ended the game with 40 points, and that gives us a rank of Golden Lad. If we got 1 more point, we would have been at Fair Youth or Fair Maid. And there you go. That was a complete solo play of Black Sonata. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.